What's going on? Mic's on.
Mike's on.
Mic's on.
I think
There you
Mike's
go.
on.
You think so?
Yeah, might be.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's on.
Awesome.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show.
Look.
Ooh. Where'd it go? Damn it. There it is. Hello from Vegas.
Ooh, I'm gonna be there next week.
Good vibes. Brandon, Florida. Hey now.
Hey.
Yeah, I know. We'll be there next week. Hope you're coming to SEMA.
Buenos dias, Carlos.
Hey guys. What's up from Cincinnati? Hi. Oh, got that one. Oh, let me just go in order here. All right, hold on. What happened? New comments. Scrolling wheel stopped working. What's up?
What's up?
Baby Yoda or Frog? Which do you hate more? Frogs. Frogs always win. Wow. That was a long time to wait. I'm sorry. Honestly, we forgot that we hit go and it just kind of happened. I thought I was kicker for a minute there. Dean and Fernando, what's up? El Paso, Texas.
Texas.
SEMA Flyer Drive. Fly. You kidding me? Tickets are bought and paid for, man. I bought and paid for those like months ago. Denmark in the house, Northern Maine,
Ooh.
Massachusetts, Texas,
25
San
July.
Diego. Mic on, compressor off. Actually, the air compressor just let out its last little belch of air, and it was like, oh, great, we're not on. Hey, watching you guys, Illusion Avion.
Avalon.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
It's not just water. On my way home. What's going on, man? Virginia Beach, VA.
Hey.
Canada in the house.
RPM.
What's happening? Weber.
Weber.
Weeby?
What's up, David?
Hey.
Hey, look at that. That's Mel right there.
Is Mel there?
Right there. Up. One more. Up. No.
Mel.
Right
Yep,
there.
Yep, right there. Texas says hello. And Florida says hello back. How's everybody doing this great Saturday? We hope you guys had a wonderful week. For us, we know we didn't do that much. 5 minutes, 5-star. I apologize. It was just one of those weeks getting back into the swing of things. Good morning from Australia, Mexico in the house.
What's up?
Audio Control will be at SEMA and excited to see y'all there. And Alex. Yes, we will be there hanging out with them. So actually, I got a picture of my pass this week. He sent it to me and it has the, audio control on it.
Nice.
It was pretty. What do you mean nice? You saw it. I mean, it wasn't like you didn't get to see it. Rockford Fozzie, a T1 subwoofer. What is comparable? Honestly, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I mean, it's a nice woofer. There's one sitting right there.
Yeah.
So, yo, what's up, Johnny? How's it going, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Vega was there earlier. Yes, he was at the show. He was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was there. So was
SQ Finals.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I just picked up an Alpine DSP for a steal. Need a laptop, but I'm very excited to play with it and scared at the same time. You actually don't need a laptop. If it came with the Bluetooth dongle, you can do it all right here from your phone. Everything that you can do on the laptop is controllable from the phone app. So if it has the little square Bluetooth dongle, then you're all set. You don't have to do anything else.
Go up.
Anything new at Rockford? Yes. Can we talk about it? No.
I know. Go right there.
Dudes. Because of you guys, I just installed my first speaker on my GMC Yukon, Dynamat, and some Focal Access 165s.
That's awesome.
How do you like them? I guess would be the question.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you like them because you're saying,
What's up, Jason?
Fro is in the house. I talked to him last night,
Bro.
as you know.
Yeah?
Yeah. I talked to him. Actually, I sat here about another half hour, I think. Then I finally said, I can roll up the windows and just drive.
His call, that was the best.
Yeah. Fro?
Yeah, he was good.
New JL product similar to audio controls. No, not in the least. Okay. Yes. I'm just calling about your car warranty. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yes and no. No in the sense that it does so much more. Yes in the sense that they both have RTAs. Yeah. But other than that, that's kind of where they differ. Totally for different. I mean, a DMRTA is like maxes out about $800 if you get the Pro kit, and this is starting at $3,500. So there's a lot of other things that this is going to do. And it just kind of spreads the gap even further. So, like, one of the reasons why the IRTA2 is going to exist, for those of you who have never seen it before, this cool tool that will be on sale here shortly. It'll be here shortly. The reason why this exists because $259, and it'll put a electrical RTA in the hands of anybody that feels that they need that. We get a lot of questions about what does this sound like, what does this look like, and with this tool you'll be able to see that on your iDevice or an iPad or a DMRTA, for example, or any one of the other handhelds. But you can buy this, and you can buy an acoustical mic and do acoustical measurements, and you're $400. So that's something definitely, if you're taking your trade, craft, or hobby seriously, it's something that you might want to do. We know there's a lot of DIY guys that we've talked to that bought DMRTAs. And it's $800. You can get just a DMRTA with no mic. I don't know why you do that, but you can get it for less than that. But reality is it's like $700-800 what you're gonna spend. This is $3,500.
Yeah.
You got to remember that they do a lot at home. They do car. It's one of those things where it's a tool that some professionals will see value in, and some professionals won't see value in. It's not made for consumers in any way stretch. Just like there's consumers that have Snap-on tools.
100%.
And then there's consumers that go, dude, I'm going up the street to the cheap tool store. I'm gonna buy all the sockets. And there again, there's some professionals that do that too, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but like we just talk about this. JL don't make this piece for everyone, right? It's just for specific people, dealers, people that are serious about this, and the price is not gonna matter.
So it has nothing to do with. Here's the thing: the reason why it's not Android is because it's made to work with. It's not a program. It's got nothing to do with the program. No. It's got to do with the output. This has the output that the iPhone needs. So if your Android phone uses a similar output, headphone jack style output mic, this will work on an Android phone. We just can't test them all in order to find out if it will work. That's the problem right there. It has nothing to do. There's no software that needs to be written. There's no software on it. It's using the RTA app on your phone. There's the software. So this is just a tool to get into that software. It was built for an iPhone because that's what all of us that were developing it had. We knew there was going to be a roadblock. That's why we called it an IRTA, because 2 years ago when we started doing this, it was like, hey, are we going to be looking at Android? And it was like, if we are, then we need to spend a shit ton of money buying Android devices to test it on. And I was like, no, I'm good, because we've already spent a ton of money just developing. This was a ton of money. Okay, it's an unrealistic amount of money, and to spend even more to test Android, we knew we weren't going to be able to sell it to everybody, but we know we were going to be able to sell it to most people. What mic will work best? It's not a mic. It's not for mics.
It's not acoustical RTA.
It's an electrical RTA. So what you're going to do is
bring the whole box. There you go.
So basically, how this is going to work is this. You're going to take your Apple Lightning to aux jack adapter and plug it into here, and then it is going to. It has this connection right here. It has high level and it has RCAs. This is going to plug in like this, and you can make. And the reason why I put a Phoenix connector on it is because you can buy Phoenix connectors pretty cheap if you don't have a surplus of them already. But you can get them pretty cheap, and you can make all the connection styles you want. Gator clips, probes, 2 probes, 1 probe. These were just some quick things Fernando made up for doing the videos that we've done on it, which if you haven't seen it in action, by all means, wait for the fire truck to go by. Go check it out. There's 3 or 4 videos up that we did real quick just to show you how this works. But these are your test leads. So just a quick example of what you could do with this. That is a day-to-day thing. We always get that question. Hey, my amp, I get no sound out of my amp. No problem. Plug this into the phone or the iPad or whatever it is. And then you can take the RCA directly out of the radio, plug it into this RCA input. And on the iPad, it'll show you the sound happening. If you don't see sound happening, you know, well, it's something before the RCA, keep going back. But if you see sound coming in this, you know, then you're like, oh, okay, plug it back in the amp. Then you can take this lead and go to the output of the amplifier because it'll take 20 volts of input. I was correct. Initially, I said 40, it's 20.
Yeah.
Anyways, and now if you don't see any sound coming out of the amplifier, then that immediately tells you that there's something wrong with the amplifier. You have good signal coming in, you have no signal coming out. Chances are good your amplifier is bad. But now with this tool, you'll be able to easily do that. That's not to say there aren't tools you can't do that with, because you could do it with a digital multimeter set to AC. The difference is you would be able to see the sound happening, which a lot of people need, because when you're just looking at a digital multimeter that's just flashing all over the place, because it's just trying to read that signal, then you get confused and it's like, I don't know what I'm looking at. So the idea behind this was, of course, it'll do anything if your car has fake engine noise, or if you're doing a car that you think might have fake engine noise. I can't tell you how many times I've read when people go, hey, man, do you know if my car has fake engine noise? No, but you can test for it, and an RTA will allow you to do that. So you can take this, connect it to one speaker in the car, preferably the one you're connected to, shut all the doors, roll up the windows, hood trunk closed, plug this in, turn the volume all the way down, rev up the engine, and if you see the sub channel do this as you're revving up the car, you have ANC, or fake engine noise. Easy enough. Now you know you have it. Now you can figure out how to get around it. We just did an Audi this week where there was 4 microphones in the car. Luckily for us, all 4 microphones plug into the amplifier on their own dedicated plug that we could just unpin, plug it back in, no fake engine noise. Did we film a video? No, we didn't film a video. That would have been smart. We were stupid. But anyways. Okay. Hope that answers about a bunch of those questions.
Yeah,
now, on to
some. Hear just somebody ask,
just in case?
More. Yeah.
Just in case. I'll just put it up here. All right. Let's get to some other fun stuff.
All right.
I've got a 2018 Audi A5. It's got a sub, but how do I change the amp and sub to sound better? I have the Audi sound system. Well, it's 2018 A5, which is basically, that's what Christian had. It's got 4-channel preamp output on the radio. I'm sorry, 4-channel output on the radio, front and rear, goes off to an amplifier. Actually, it might have 5-channel. So I think the sub comes out of the radio. Either way, depending on what you want to do as far as the sub goes, you're going to need a high-level to low-level adapter of some kind, or an amplifier with a high-level to low-level built into it. So all the audio control products have, if it says LC in the front, has that built into it. Depending on how much bass you want, something like an LC 1.800 has AccuBass built into it to help bass roll off, as well as a LC2i built into it. So you can connect that up to the back of the radio through the high-level output or the amplified output, because it will take 40 volts of input, and you're done. Now you have tons of bass coming into whatever subs you want. That would be a good solution if you want to do like 212s or 210s, because it's 800 watts. If that's like, whoa, slow down, I don't need that much power, check out the ACM 1.300. It's 300 watts, and it has all that same stuff built into it also. So
yeah.
A kicker key would also work. That's also a good solution too. You could do the key 5. You can change it. You can go to a key 500.1 in there. If 500 watts is all you need, and that has the de-equalization circuit built into it, and will also take in a godly large quantity of sound into it. What's up, Car Gift?
Car Gift.
Can you? Okay, thank you. Can you swap out the factory JBL factory amp and a Toyota Tundra without a harness? Like cutting the wires that go to the amp and running them directly into a new 5-channel. Yes and no. Mainly no. Don't know what year it is, but what's coming out of your factory Toyota radio is if it's a JBL system, is a left and right fixed output, meaning when you turn up and down the volume, nothing happens out of the radio. The left and right signal are coming out. It's not left, right, front, rear. It is 2-channel audio out of the head unit into the JBL amplifier. When you turn up the volume up and down, there's 2 data wires that go, well, probably more than 2, there's actually quite a few, that go down to the amplifier. The 2 I'm talking about are what control volume. So out of When you do this, you're actually turning up the volume at the amplifier, not through the radio. So you can't just cut those off, solder some RCAs, and plug it into an amplifier. You'll have no volume control. However, if you use some form of external volume control, well, then yes, you could. However, if you have any sensors or anything like that that go through that, like Bluetooth, maps, and fun stuff, then you lose it. The better solution would be to look at the Amp Pro or a DSR1. Those are going to allow you to integrate into them, and yes, you will need harnesses. Personally, if it were me, I would just pull that god-awful radio out, put a new radio in it, and whatever amplifier I want. And at that point, you can still buy an iData harness that'll plug directly into it, whatnot. Okay. Dean, I just came in earlier today asking about a reverse harness for a Chevy Suburban amp. I got it working, and it blasts. Thank you for the advice. You're welcome. I'm glad you stopped by, and it was just pure coincidence that I was walking in the store. Have you gotten the Sony ES in stock or installed it? That's a no on both. No. We're not an ES dealer, and the only way to get that is to be an ES dealer. So right now they're limiting how many ES dealers, obviously, that can have access to it, because there's just not enough of them to go around anyway. So at some point, I'm sure we'll get our hands on it, and we'll see how it goes. Does the IRTA work with manufacturers, amplifiers, or just aftermarket? It works with anything that has an output.
Anything.
It's made to test electrical output. So you can go to any output that is 20 volts or less, which is pretty much almost all cars, about 98% of the cars on the road, and test. So it's like when we were talking about testing for ANC. You're going to test on the output voltage of the factory amplifier. So there again, case in point, if you've never seen it work, by all means, please head over to this YouTube channel. You can stop watching now if you want, because I'll be more, whatever. And you can see the videos. I can't switch on my laptop either. You have to go to it on yours. Okay. You can see in that particular video, we show you measuring in that shot, we were doing a Chevy Silverado with the Bose system, and we were testing the output of the Bose amplifier. And what we were specifically testing for was all-pass filters, as well as summing between the dash speaker and the door speaker, because we were getting ready to do that, and we needed to find out what kind of a nightmare we were getting in store with. We were going to do a 6-channel amplifier, but what we found out... You went to the wrong channel.
Yeah, I went to the wrong channel.
I know, it's okay. But what we found out is that what's coming out of the dash needs to be summed into the door, because the door was playing way too low, and the dash was playing the crossover point on the door was way too low. We would get no sound out of a 6.5 in the door. So we needed, I think there is an IRTA playlist. So you might be able to just go to the playlist.
IRTAs. Yeah.
All
right. So let's just answer this one
real
quick.
I'm going to answer this question. Hey, thanks for the $5. So what do you recommend DSP amp for a Honda Civic Touring? Just put in LC2i Pro, Alpine S, AM6, and Alpine R types. What DSP amp? I mean, you just said you had an amp, the A600M and Alpine R types. So you mean just the DSP? Does it have a... It's kind of a tough question. Obviously, a DM608 would be nice. If you want to get rid of the LC2i, then you could just go with a D4800 4-channel. That would give you DSP, all the fun stuff you need. You know what? I think the A600M is a mono block. Gotcha, it is. So then I would do a D4800, audio control D4800, put it in there. That'll give you integration, so you can actually take out the LC2i Pro. You don't need it. And you could do, because it'll all pass through the amplifier. So I would check that out.
All right, so this is the video.
Is that the video?
Mm-hmm.
All right, scroll down some, or I can't do that yet. All right, so which one is this? Oh, this is the wrong one. This is how to choose subwoofers. Oh, we could kind of give you an idea. Hold on, let me go over to Fernando's laptop here. And so here's the IRTA. That is what we did in this video is we're showing you the difference between the rear speaker and the front speaker. So that is the rear speaker. and we were going to hook up a subwoofer amplifier, and here is, and it'll switch over. Now that is the front speaker. And that's playing at the same level on the radio. So what that's showing us is we're actually getting more signal output on,
Who's that guy?
I don't know. We're getting more signal output from the factory amplifier to the front doors. So we're going to want to use that speaker in order to hook up to our subwoofer because it will be louder. How much fun is that? Have either of you ever fiberglass custom install? Yes, I have, and that's why we don't do it anymore. Hopefully I get to play with the JLP soon. Good for you. Just kidding. I hope you do too, because then you can tell me all about it.
So,
wow.
Right there.
Another cool Saturday show. Well, thank you for the $10.
Thank you, man.
Okay, thanks. You're welcome.
Fernando, what's up,
everyone?
man?
Hi, guys. Does the PAC TL PG tone generator provide similar functions as a speaker phase FH168 at the PT98 Plus? Okay. The answer to that question is no. All right. Why? Okay.
Adam, thank you for the 10, man.
You bet. This is the PAC piece here. Okay. And this is the PT98 Plus. Of course, you knew I had both, right? This does two things really well. One, it'll test the continuity and RCA to make sure the RCA is good. So what you do is you plug one end of the RCA in here, you plug the other in here, you hit the cool little button. If it lights up, that means all four wires are good. And if it doesn't light up, that means all four wires are bad, meaning all four connectors, meaning negative, shield, positive, negative, the shield, the pin, the shield, the pin. If all four of those points are good, then it'll light up. The second thing it does really good is you can connect this up to a speaker and you can hit the press on button and you have a tone generator. And you can sit here and see if the speaker makes tone and it works. It's a good way to identify where a speaker is. Now it has this speaker test here, the 9 volt. And what it's supposed to do is move a speaker, okay? It doesn't do it enough to actually see it, so I would never use it for that feature. Now, what does the PT98 Plus do? This also has a set of leads that attach right here. This, depending on how you're using it, you can take the leads and attach them to a speaker or a wire or something that you think goes to a speaker, and you click on, and it will pop the speaker, so that'll help you identify what speaker you've just tapped into. If you go over to the speaker and the tip of this here, there's a little dot right there, that is the microphone. So if I go like this, this will light up green to tell me it's moving out, and then it'll light up red to tell me it's moving in. This is generating the tone for that. The other thing I can do is if I have the thumb drive that comes with it and or a phone that already has a polarity track on it, I can play that, and I can go to, let's say I had a dead speaker or I'm at an amplifier. I can clip onto that and switch these little switches on here. And now when the radio is playing that pop track, it'll tell me the wire I'm clipped to is positive or negative so that I can now hook up my new speaker to it. This doesn't do anything like that at all. So do I need both? Yeah, tone generator is really cool to have because you can plug this into an amplifier, and which you can on this too. But let's say you have some subwoofers and you're like, oh man, why does my sub sound like crap? I can plug this in. I can dory the thing up. I can also use this to test the input of an amplifier for full frequency. So this is helpful. You kind of need both at the end of the day. Okay.
All right. I watched your videos on a 2012 Toyota Camry, but I have a 2012 V6 XLE with the JBL system. Where is the factory amplifier? First question. Second question. I have the PAC RP4.2 TY11. Do I need the Maestro too?
No.
All right. So the first question, what is the amplifier on the 2012 Toyota Camry?
It's either under a seat, behind the glove box, or in the trunk. Those are the three places Toyota puts all their amplifiers. Most of the time, they go underneath the seat.
Under the seat, yes. Second question, do I need a PAC RP4TY11?
Oh, he has the pack.
Yes. Do I need a Maestro too?
No, the pack should do the job. The difference between a Maestro and a pack is the pack, you have to keep the factory amplifier in place. That's an RP4. That's a radio replacement. So, no, that's just to replace. No, you pick one or the other is really what it is.
All right. Have you used 2 5-channel amplifiers in many install? I just bought a second Pioneer 5-channel for my speaker upgrade.
We haven't done it a lot, but yes, we have done it in the past. Really, the hardest part about it is making sure that you voltage match the sub-channels. That's the key. So when you're done getting it all installed, you have to figure out which one of the amplifiers is the more powerful or the weaker of the two, and you're going to set the more powerful amplifier to the output of the weaker amplifier so that your subwoofers both see the same amount of current. How you're going to do that is you're going to play a test tone in the radio, probably 40 hertz, -5, -10 dB, whichever one you want. And then set up your gain, figure out how much voltage you need. If you don't have some form of oscilloscope or polarity tester, you can download the amperage voltage chart on Kicker's website. That'll tell you, if that's like a 500 watt amp. So this is my cheat sheet. So if I have a 500 watt amp at 2 ohms, I'm going to set it to 31.62 volts. You can download this on Kicker's website. Anyways, so I would see the distortion detector of some kind or oscilloscope would work better, but you want to just make sure that both amplifiers are playing the same voltage output.
That is awesome. You're in the hole after investing in the money.
Yes, I am. Yes.
But
yes.
we still get the jail.
Oh, I totally still get jail. I mean, there's always another pocket.
Oh.
There's always another pocket.
Oh, that's interesting.
What?
There's always another pocket. So yeah, totally. Let's buy more stuff.
No. My other mind is a cool channel with royalty-free bass music, perfect for showing us a subwoofer. I mean, that would be wonderful,
How will I adapt 6x9 Kicker KS69s, of course, in the front doors of an 2014 F-150?
Okay. I'm guessing the 2014 doesn't have. Is that a 5x7?
That would be 5x7, yeah.
Get an air saw and hope that the window track doesn't hit. That's about it. I mean, that's all you can do. There's a big difference between a 5x7/6x8 and a 6x9. Not only is it an inch or an inch, 2 inches sometimes, it's the depth. The depth of the 6x9. A 5x7, 6x8 is just as deep as a 6.5, whereas a 6x9 is usually like 3 inches deep. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
I want to hear German Maestro. You're not the only one. I was actually thinking about that same thing last night because I was like, we need to get Haley's car in here and do that. Oh, that just cut off my head.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, guys. That's right. It's that time of the show again where we like to thank our sponsor, Audio Control at audiocontrol.com. If you have any needs for home or car, that's right, home. Some of you guys didn't know they make awesome home product. I, of course, have been using my home receiver now for a couple months, and I love it. It's fabulous. Did a software update on it recently. That's right. Did a software update on a home receiver. And it brought in a whole bunch of new things that I didn't even know it could do, which is even awesomer. I haven't even used all the features yet. The one thing I do have to figure out how to do is turn down the subwoofer, because when I went from my old one to my new one, I mean my old previous, whatever, to this new audio control, the preamp output is hot, and my subwoofers are going, damn. And I know this because the stuff was bouncing off the shelves while I was watching Free Guy. And Sue's like, why don't you just turn that off until you can fix that? And I go, yeah, probably good idea. Also, one of the new products that's coming out, for those of you guys that are super fans of audio control, you could pick up the limited edition Epicenter. That's right. This is a numbered 1 of 5,000, unless you're cool like me and have the one that's in the picture. But you're just not. It's okay. But you can head over to the website and they will mail you one out, and or find one at your local dealer and have them order one for you. It's not a bad price, $199. Okay, and just get yourself a piece of history. It's pretty awesome. Okay,
All
Moving on.
right.
Let me turn that back on though, just so you guys know where to go.
And the F-150 you did in July, the key 200.4
And a
the 500.1. When you ran the input, did you just split the speed wire, high input to both amplifiers?
Okay, good question. And the answer to that is, for one, probably didn't use speed wire. Or if I did,
that would be...
I don't know if I use speed wire or not, but I'll tell you how to do this. The front is all we amplified. So we did a left, just 1 and 2, 3 and 4 onto the front.
Yeah.
And that means behind the radio, we used the T harness, probably the DFO2 from Audio Control, and connected the rear wires back together because they're split in the harness, connected those back together. Then I ran a left and right back to the amplifier. On the 200.4,
yeah,
it has a 2-channel input or a 4-channel input. So it's one of the switches. So we set it for 2-channel, which means I just use the left and right white and gray inputs. I wired those off so that the same inputs were feeding into the 1.500 or the 500.1. So yes, I guess that answers the question. I wired them off. So I ran just back a left and a right, and then we ran 4 wires forward, 2 to connect to the mid bass and 2 to connect to the tweeters. So I might have ran speed wire for those.
I believe that was speed wire.
I don't know, because typically when we do that, what we do is we run the tweeters into the center of the dash where the radio is,
and then
connect
we
our
connect
tweeters
them
there.
Yeah.
So that everything is just kind of thought. But that's, yes. So everything is just wired together.
All right.
Pack SR GM 14H with a high 10 and a Chevy 2016. Volume track don't work. Light blinks on the module, so I see the commands. Has the latest firmware. Are you plugged into the right input? That's a mistake I make on the high 10 all the time, is that I plug it in the stupid aux-looking cable. I always plug it into the wrong damn input. So that would be the first thing I would check. You think it's this one, and it's not. It's the other one. So, and I do it every time.
It had the label.
And the label makes no sense.
Yeah.
So
and the color is wrong.
Color's totally wrong.
So check it. Yeah.
That's almost 100%. That's what it is, and I do it every damn time too. So don't feel bad. But yes, chances are good. Just have it plugged into the wrong input for the steering wheel controls. I know. It's just like, come on, guys, put a cap on.
Also, thank you for the 5, man.
Yes, thank you. Hi guys, thank you for all you do. I have an 08 Sequoia and I have an Infinity Kappa 3-way component speaker in the front and reference in the back. But I need an amp and a sub. What do you recommend for an amp? Well, it depends on how many channels you need to do. So you have a three-way component speakers up front. Do we want to go individual? So that's like 6 channels right there. And then you have a set of components in the back. That could be another 4 channels. That's 10 channels plus sub. That's 11 channels. Are we trying to do that? Or are we only using? So you got to figure out how many channels you want to use. How many, and that's kind of where you have to go from there. Once you know that, then you can figure out the amplifier. If you're looking for multi-channel DSP amplifiers, anything above 6, 8 is going to get you into like ARC and Audison. Anything above 8 is going to get you into Helix. So,
Dean, have you guys have any problems with the F250 with the left front door speaker going in and out? If you have, how did you fix it?
Ooh, no, we haven't, Fernandez.
Not like that.
However, it's a Ford.
Yeah.
It's the door that gets open the most.
Yes.
If I was to guess, and this is just a guess, it's probably the damn plug in the door. More than likely, there's something.
I don't know what year is it.
Well, it's a 250, so we know it's been rode hard and put away wet. And that probably is the problem, is that there's something wrong with the connector. Shake the damn connector.
Shake the connector, yeah, and between the door.
If that's the only problem I'm having in the car, then I'm just running a new wire, even though it's going to suck big time. Oh, God, I hate that car. But more than likely, that's your problem.
Yeah, it is.
I need the Epicenter Mini. Micro is actually what it's called, but yes, me too.
Thank you for the 5. Love your videos. Use them for my last 3 trucks to install everything.
Wow,
Appreciate
you either go
Thank
through
you.
a lot of trucks or we've been doing this a really long time. Speaking of audio control, real quick. So for those of you guys that are going to be going to SEMA, make sure you head over to the audio control booth.
Yeah.
Which is in the, let me check.
North Hall.
And it's booth 12341.
Really?
Yeah. That's what he told me.
Okay.
I asked him yesterday. And we'll be there. At least one of us will be there at all times, more than likely. But one of us will be there. If not, both of us will be there. And if we're both not there, then come back.
All right.
You can say hi to Chris.
Pedro, thank you for the 10, man. LLJ Custom Wire Harness. What do you think of them? And are they any good and good? I never heard them. No, man. I never.
I honestly have no idea.
Would you recommend? I mean, you can check packaudio.com.
They don't have anything for that car.
Metroonline.com.
They don't have anything for that car.
You can check, but
nobody has anything for that car. So if they got something for that car, awesome. But yeah, we haven't done any work with them.
I got nothing, man.
Got nothing either.
Nothing.
Thank you for the super sticker, Carlos.
Thank you. Thank you for the 99.
You're welcome, Al Fernandez. Anytime, bro.
Again, thank you for the 5, man.
Epicenter Micros are going to be out in November. So we're still on track to see them in the next couple weeks, I think. So realistically, by the time all the shipping and everything like that, it'll be the next couple weeks.
4Runner 2017-3.5 Max.
Yes.
Door 6x9s, rear 6.5s, trunk 6.5s, or 8-inch mids. Will you go 6-channel audio control DSP amplifiers or dual 4-channel amplifier, 6 or 8-channel, actually 9?
I don't particularly like those rear door speakers.
No, I don't.
We most of the time what we do is we pull that off and we just loop past them and take those out of the equation because they're just
because that one is connected to the rear door.
It's a loop through, so we'll just so we just pull those out, loop the wires, series the wire back together, and just do away with it. As far as that goes, the 6-channel would be ideal to put 1 and 2 on the top small speakers, 3 and 4 on the mid bass, and 5 and 6 on the rear, and then get something for a subwoofer. That would probably, depending on the subwoofer. There again, it just depends on the subwoofer. So a lot of 6-channel. You could also do an 8-channel amp too. So you could take like an 8-channel amplifier and bridge it to a 6-channel amplifier. But if you feel like you have to have those channels in there, keep in mind that the rear doors and the rear tailgate are actually on one channel. So this is channel 3 and 4, and this is channel 3, this is channel 4. The car sees them as one because it goes in, loops around, goes through that back speaker, and comes up to this speaker.
I don't think you can buy nothing in SEMA.
No,
probably they can make you an order.
No, they don't have products there.
Or they can tell you where to buy it.
No, but they won't be there. So I mean, the only thing that'll be there is just they're not bringing product to SEMA.
No, what I'm saying, maybe like Chris or Matthew can tell you, hey, listen, go and visit this dealer if you're in this location. You can
do that right from the website. It doesn't matter. It's not like they're going to have one to sell.
No.
I mean, they're not going to. That SEMA is happening in a week, okay? Which it's the first week of November. So if they're on, I don't know when in November they're going to come out. So if they're on track, keep in mind though, they said November. So for all we know, it could be November 30th after Thanksgiving. I don't know.
Thank you, Brian.
All right, go up to.
Up to.
Yeah, I want to see that. Alpine, high, Pioneer, mid, Kenwood, bass. How would it sound? I'm okay.
So, okay. Alpine.
Are we talking 3 different speakers? Alpine highs, Pioneer mid, and a Kenwood bass. I mean, I feel like it would just be all over the place and just be kind of a train wreck.
They have totally different. They have totally.
Well, there again, I don't know if those speakers can play together without being able to see them. An acoustic curve on them.
We just heard yesterday about that stuff.
So So here's the thing to keep in mind. If this is in fact what you're answering, but I kind of thought it was, so I'm going to take a look at that and kind of, when you're considering mix and matching brands, the timbre or the sound signature of that speaker is really what you're trying to keep in line. So, if you go with a set of Alpines up front and you go with a set of Alpines in the back, the timbre should all be the same, meaning it's a cohesive sound so that they all mesh together and help to give you that bubble effect of sound in your car. Not knowing how this tweeter is going to merge with the mid-range that's by Pioneer could cause problems, meaning you could get holes, you could have phasing issues. There's a lot of things that can happen. Subwoofer is probably the easiest one out of the bunch, meaning pretty much anybody's subwoofer is going to play and do bass. That's not a big deal there. As long as it can play up to whatever your mid bass has to stop at, which is typically 80 hertz, then you're fine. It'll all go well. It's that transition between the tweeter to the mid-range. That's where the whole crap happens.
There you go. 2005 PT Cruiser got an Alpine head unit and Alpine Type S components front and back. Type R10. I need a good audio control 5-channel and a good 5-channel amplifier. Any suggestions? Most power?
Well, I mean, Audio Control has the LC and the D5 1300.
I think that one, the audio control,
power.
Perfect.
That's actually a lot of power.
That's a lot of power
it's like
for
100,
those Type
110 watts for those Type S's. Yeah. Reality is you probably don't even need that. You could probably get away with an ACM 4.300 and the ACM 1.300.
But I mean, if you can get it.
But if you want the DSP, go with the DSP.
Totally.
Which obviously we all want the DSP.
Yeah.
Get the D5 1300, call it a day.
Good to do.
Is there JBL for car?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
We actually had a JBL sitting over here forever where the Morel amp is now, but they wanted it back. So we gave it back to them. Hey, Dean and Fernando, I hope you guys are enjoying your time out here in Phoenix. Next time, you guys need to join our audio group for dinner.
Probably the same guy that invited us.
Yes.
Thank you so much for the invite. And we had a plans already, man. But
no,
maybe next time I would definitely want to go.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to keep in mind when we went out, they were on somebody else's dime.
Yeah.
So we had to play by their rules, and
they are so nice.
And so like so nice, really the only night that we were free to do whatever we wanted was Tuesday night when we got there, and we were both so damn tired. We just ate and went home or went back. And even though we did a live, if you watched that live, it was like, don't be stupid. But no, I would love to get together. I love doing stuff like that. So yes, if we do get to go back out there where we are going to have some time, I know we're going to be in there in March, but March is going to be, go back to that.
Which one?
Super Tech Expo.
Uh-huh.
March is going to be Master Tech Expo. Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
So we will be there in March again, but we'll be there running around doing all kinds of silly stuff for Brian. So there again, we won't have time to do anything either. We get no time.
But if you guys going to be around that area, we probably.
According to them, there's a bar across the street.
There you go. They would probably not going to go to the bar because we still have to film stuff. But
God, I hope not. I don't drink, but I love hanging out in bars.
No kidding. Everybody's like, where's Dean? It's right in the bar. Really? Yes, it is.
Yeah. And I'll be there until the thing closes. I'll be helping everybody out. I just want to make sure everyone gets home alive most of the time.
Hey, give me another shot. Double water, please.
Yeah. It's like, it's just kind of like, all right, come on, let's go. Yeah.
Totally.
To the elevator. What room? Yeah. JBL raised prices dramatically. Welcome to the new suck. Oh, hang on.
What?
I don't even know where it went. Really what has happened is everybody's raising their prices.
Oh, yes.
I was reading an article last night where someone was talking about how their landlord raised the price 10%, which is standard for the area that they live. The cost of living just went up 10%.
Yeah.
You got to keep in mind. Here's the thing.
Right here.
Yes, thank you. One thing to consider. 2 years ago when we decided to invest in the IRTA, basically fund it. We did fund it. We got a price quote for everything that we were going to have to do. 2 years later is when it took us 2 years to get to the point where it's like, okay, it's time to buy the product. There was a price increase across the board. So it was more expensive now. Shipping costs, just the shipping costs went up 4 times the amount it was supposed to be 2 years ago. That's what we had to pay to have it shipped here.
And you don't have an option.
And you didn't have an option. It's like, if you want, this is what it's going to cost. So in 2019, you could ship a container, the whole damn container, from wherever you had your product made. Keep in mind, JBL is a Korean company now. You could have your product shipped from anywhere in the world to the port of Los Angeles for $3,000. Right now, it's $20,000, if not more. Okay? Holy shit. That's just shipping costs, guys. Okay? So, yeah, everything costs more now. Thank you very much. And it sucks. But that's the reality of it. That's the world we live in.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Dean. Thanks for the recommendation on using a DSP on the system I did with the SPL Hertz. It turned out very nice. Too bad the owner didn't like it and had to tune it to sound like he was an... Hey, man, not everyone. You can't save them all.
Yes,
but
exactly. Thank you for the 20, bro.
It's a proof of concept that you now know going forward you can use to your advantage. And at the end of the day, that's really what matters. So you know now you can put something like those in a car and get a really nice result that somebody might appreciate. So one of the nice things about going with those SPL show tweeters up in the dash is that because there's so much sound coming from there, it almost sounds like a mid-range, because it's so intense.
Yeah, it is so intense.
You call yourself intense.
I'm intense.
That's the Cars. I was listening to them this morning. How are we doing on time?
We're
doing great.
We're 48, man.
I know.
Yeah.
By the way, let me see this for a second. Oh, no. Wrong mouse. Keep going.
Yeah.
Find something.
No,
Go ahead.
Fine. What I missed?
Everything, Christian. You should be ashamed of yourself.
How dare you?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, go home. Beat yourself. Hit yourself in the head. Just kidding. For those of you that want clean wiring, well, there's a tool to help you do that. And that's the D-Wire ruler. Why the wire ruler as opposed to somebody else's rip-off brand crappy simulation of what we have? Well, we're professionals. I've been doing this for 30 years.
Yeah.
I've been using zip ties since they were bread wrappers. The reason why we designed the wire ruler was to make your wiring better. If I have predetermined holes in where things need to be, well, then I get stuck doing the same old install time after time. The ruler allows you to drill your holes and run your wiring the way it needs to be run, not the way somebody else thinks it should be run. If you've ever seen our amp racks, which most of you have, you'll notice that they don't always go the same way. The wires sometimes have to go really close to one another. The reason the ruler was designed this way is so that you can do that. If you need to snug up next to an amplifier, or if you're not going to run your remote turn-on with your power wires, like whoever does that. Most people don't. So there's no reason to go with predetermined holes. The ruler was designed to make your amplifier installs better, or any wiring that for that matter, and allow you the freedom to design it the way you want and implement it as so. If this is a tool you think you could use in your arsenal, by all means, head over to mobilesolutions-usa.com and pick one up in one of the stunning, lovely colors. My personal favorite is the green. However, it does come in blue and a reddish pink. But thank you for us sponsoring us.
Yeah, no kidding. All right. Here you go. All right, Brian, I'm sorry. Trying to go back and look for you.
2017 Equinox adding Fosgate R404D and an R1200. We just did that system.
Yes. And
from a DSP 12i with KS components, front, KS rear, 310s. Does my factory stereo have bass reduction? Alternator upgrade. Does it have bass reduction? It's a GM. A little bit. Its loudness is basically what's happening. Is that
now? Do you have the Bose system?
No, even the factory non-Bose system is going to have a little bit of bass roll off, but it's not the end of the world. I wouldn't freak out about it. Okay, it's not anything to lose any sleep over. From what we see on the GMs, that's the least of your worries. So you'll be fine. I wouldn't panic about any bass roll off or anything like that. You have a DSP, you can boost the bass a little bit, and those higher volumes, it's actually kind of nice, because if you boost the bass in that area where you want it to be intense, when you do crank the volume all the way up, it'll naturally just roll it down a little bit so that you're not killing your subwoofer. So there are good and bad things to anti-loudness or bass roll-off. As far as alternator upgrade, it's 2017. That's entirely up to you and whether or not you want to go down that road. Do you need to do it with those two amplifiers? Like I said, we just did that system. Like, what did we, and no, we didn't have any issues at all. And we've actually done that system quite a bit. It all just depends on if you're balls to the wall all day long kind of guy, in which case adding a battery might not be a bad idea. But, you know, it's actually a fairly common system anymore.
Oh, Fuego, thank you for the 5, man. I really want the D5 1300 to play with. It's okay to buy it
as a Christmas gift for my wife's car.
Even if you, it's totally. You just put her name.
I mean, you know, good luck with that, but
yeah, just do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
All right. Pack and Pro cousin.
Parasitic draw by keeping BCM after shutting down vehicle. Is this a known issue? No luck trying to call Pack. Okay, so all right. Are you sure it's the Pack Amp Pro causing the problem of parasitic draw? Here's how the Pack Amp Pro is designed to work, as well as every single device, whether it be an AR from iData, whether it be a Nav TV, Zen A to B. Your pack piece is actually doing what your car tells it to do. So when you turn your key off with any Amp Pro, it stays on for as long as the body control module is on, because everything that's attached to it is on. So when you turn, if the Pack Amp Pro isn't in there and you turn your car off, your radio is still on. The screen is off, but the radio is still on. The microprocessor is still going. It's still doing everything it needs to do. All right. So when we get a car with a Pack Amp Pro or any interface like that, we put it in, we shut the car, we wait. Sometimes it'll take up to 3.5 minutes, I think is the longest we've had. It'll take up to 3.5 minutes for that car to go to sleep. The Amp Pro will then shut off. Depending on the car, like a Ford, for example, 2 minutes later, it'll turn on again, and then it'll shut off. 2 minutes later, it'll turn on again, and then it'll shut off. That's the car doing that. That's not the Amp Pro. That's the car. The car is waking it up, turning it off. Okay. Zen, that has a light on it. We'll when we do the Zen A to B, dude, that turns on, turns off, turns on, turns off. It literally turn on and off 5 times.
It freak you out.
And it's freaky as shit. Now, once that goes to sleep, it will stay asleep unless the car wakes up. Some cars wake up every 20 minutes and go, hey, and then they'll go back to sleep again. All right. Well, that's going to wake the Amp Pro up. Turn everything on and then turn it all back off.
Yep. If
you walk up to the car, like if you have a key sense car, meaning something that talks to the car, just put your finger on the door and it unlocks. As soon as you, like if you're in your garage and you have your keys in your pocket and you walk past the car is going to wake up. If your key is close to your car and within range, your car is going to wake up. So like if you're one of those guys that likes to leave their key in their car, guess what? Your car is going to constantly wake up and drain the damn battery.
Okay, so I was tracing it back, the module. Once I removed the plastic.
There again, how long are you doing your parasitic draw test for? Are you waiting a half hour? Or are you waiting an hour? That's all I'm asking, because this is how this feature works. And there again, there could be something wrong with it.
Yeah.
If it's sitting on there for an hour and it still has a constant parasitic draw, then yes, there's definitely something wrong with it. But most of the time what we see is people blame it on that, and it's really not that. There's something else wrong with the car.
But it can be, you know.
We've put in a lot of these modules and have never had this problem. So if it is a parasitic draw problem, chances are good you either have a bad module or there's something else in the car that's causing the module to stay on. So that would be where I would go with that. But understand that these things always turn on and off. So there again, if the car is on, so yeah, but yes, may want to take it out and send it back. Get a new one. Christian, is the RTO still going to be $290? Yes.
Yeah, still.
Yes, it is. Plus shipping.
Yeah.
You still got to pay for shipping. Shipping's going to be a separate little thing. Yes, plus shipping.
Plus shipping.
Just got the Audison 420. Ooh, yes. Oh, okay. Which sub should I use for the SQ setup? Ooh, that's a tough question, man. I am not a SQ sub guy. I like big fat bass, so I don't know if I'm going to have an answer for that. I don't know.
It's not like the Audison make the...
Audison does make a really nice subwoofer.
The subwoofer,
you know?
the Prima.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. But, I mean, I would,
If
honestly,
the...
okay, so if I'm trying to keep it all in the family, I might look at the Hertz.
Right.
Milli sub and a seal box.
Uh-huh.
Like, we've heard that, and that's insane. Like, that thing sounds fabulous.
Yeah.
Very, very, I'm guessing SQ orientated.
Yeah.
But I like big fat bass, so I'm never sitting there drinking wine and cheese listening to my subwoofer.
Great evening.
You too. And that takes us to the time. We're about 5 minutes out. So with that, let's wrap up the show. Now, hey guys, where do you find cool apparel that has logos on it? Unlike the shirt that I'm wearing, because like I need to order new shirts. But you can head over to dnfswag.com. Here, can we end this?
Yeah. Just type that one. Hi.
I'm just going to here and do that. Okay. DNFswag.com is a place you can go find all your cool 5-star apparel. You should have some fun. The holidays are coming. Pick up a nice zipper hoodie for yourself, or if you like a pullover. And of course, when the IRTA 2 comes out, where are you going to find it? Well, you're going to find it here at DNF Tool Drawer. That's right. It'll be here. And once you see, hold on, let me go to the right damn computer here. Why is this not working? Once you see this icon right here, then you'll know it's up and running. So just stay tuned to that. Actually, what I might do is I might move it up to this hand tools. I might shuffle everything and put it right here at the top. But yeah that's where it's going to be. So once you see that, then boom, you can pick yourself up an IRTA 2 and start doing all kinds of electrical measurements in your car. And if you haven't seen it work, like if you're like, please, this same channel, we have 3 or 4 videos up. I believe there's an IRTA 2 playlist that you can go and check them out. If not, it's within the last 3 weeks. You can find it for sure and check it out. But it's Saturday night.
It's Saturday night. No,
El Fuego?
El Fuego. Yes, you can do that too, man.
Ooh, I'd still buy the audio control. Yeah.
It has the DSP, man.
Yeah, get the audio control.
Yeah.
Because I like DSP. I like audio control, but I like DSP. Nando for our Ask a President, Dean for Vice President. I don't want any president. I don't care.
If I go with a Yaska, that would be just like.
Although if I get to be Dick Cheney and just be the silent, deadly ninja in the back corner that runs the world, yeah, I'm cool with that.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
I'm joking. I don't want any. I got enough crap on my plate, man. I tell you, between this, that, and the other, I got way too much stuff going on in my life right now. Yeah. I need to just like back away from everything so that I can kind of like. But that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Nope.
But for the rest of you guys that have a cool life like that, tonight your plans are to, go out, have fun, order in, whatever. Whatever you do, be safe while you're doing it, because Monday we're going to be back here and we're going to be talking about things like, I don't know, SEMA that's coming up and all the fun and excitement we're going to have while doing that. Can't wait. And for those of you that are wondering when the Rockford video is going to come out, because I know that's a question that I got a lot this week, it is going to come out after SEMA. So it will be out after SEMA. We talked to them and we kind of put together a schedule. So the main video will be sometime after SEMA, just to make things really nice. We got that one.
Yeah.
But you guys, listen, have a wonderful weekend as always. The Boring Life, I'm going to try to get one out. I don't know. Haley, we'll see. I need to get one out because we're like 2 weeks behind. But last night I went to bed because I literally got home and passed out. But I need to get one up. But
bye, guys.
Have a great rest of your weekend. See you Monday.
Bye.
Bye.